Good morning. I thought I'd talk a little bit about predators on the homestead because we got one. In the area we've got coyotes and we've got red fox, gray fox, and we knew that. And when we first got chickens, we free ranged them. We also have a lot of hawks, and we lost a few chickens free ranging. But I wanted them to be able to at least roam a little bit. So I got lucky and found some free chain link fence on Craigslist just to take it down. We scrounged some materials, bought a little bit of fence, and we built a 40-foot by 40-foot enclosed run to protect the chickens. And it has worked real well. Until last November was our first issue. And we have ducks too. And last November I came out to feed in the morning and I had 5 dead ducks laying strewn throughout the run. Now I don't close anything in at night because the run's enclosed. So I leave the chickens and the ducks come in and roost, and the chickens come in and roost, and the ducks come in and just bed usually under the egg nest boxes, but they're on the ground. But in the morning when the sun comes up, they can just go out into the run and come and go as they please, which I like. And they're pretty protected because they're inside a chain link fence, and I have chicken wire over top of the chain link fence so hawks can't swoop in and get anybody. And I thought that was pretty good. And then I came out and found those ducks just slaughtered, and I mean it was not pretty, but they weren't eaten. And so I did a little bit of research, and every one of them had their necks chewed off. And I'm sorry to be graphic, but life around the homestead is what it is. And if you're a homesteader, and if you want a homestead, you need to learn, because it's all it's all fun and games until a duck dies. And it's the way it is. Things aren't always fun. But anyway, so the necks were chewed, the heads were chewed off these ducks, and one was still alive, and I had to put it down because it was bad. And so I did a little research, and what I found was that the type of animal that does that is a mink. And I never thought of that, and I wondered at the time, could a mink get through that chain link? They're pretty thin, skinny little guys, or a weasel. Of course, they're both in a weasel family, so I'm thinking weasel or mink. 5 dead ducks, and none of them were eaten. They were just killed, slaughtered, and left lie. So I set a trap again. It's kind of the homesteader's responsibility to protect the livestock, whether it be cattle or horses or sheep or goats or ducks or chickens or rabbits. It doesn't matter. We have them. We need to protect them. So, I love animals. I don't even hunt anymore. I don't trap anymore except when necessary. So, it was necessary. And, I thought about a live trap, but you know what? That mink, if I were to capture it and relocate it, I'm just giving that problem to some other farmer. So when it comes to something as bloodthirsty as a mink that kills for the pleasure of killing and didn't even kill for the food, it needed to go. So anyway, so I set a leg hold trap, I baited it with some canned cat food, and I caught the mink. And haven't any problems since. You know, went all winter long, watched snow for footprints. Every now and then we'd have some coyote prints somewhere in the neighborhood of the, you know, in the area of the homestead here. Every now and then we'd have a set of fox footprints or some raccoon prints, but nothing bothered the chickens, nothing bothered the ducks. Life on the homestead was good again. Until 4 days ago. And I actually had some young ducklings that, believe it or not, a chicken sat on the nest and hatched them. And she was little mother hen with those ducks. They got pretty good size before she started thinking, these don't look like chickens. But she took good care of them. She protected them. They did well, and there were 9 of them. And 4 days ago, I came out to feed, and I see a dead duck in the run again. Adult. And I looked around, and the babies were running around with mama hen, but I started counting, and now there were only 7. No sign of the other 2. They were just gone. Same thing, the adult duck that was dead had the neck chewed off, nothing else eaten. Same scenario. So I've got another mink around, and it's been, you know, December. It's been 8 months since I caught the one mink, and no problem since then. And you know, they're so if they can get through a hole in a chain link fence, and when I mean a hole, I'm just talking about the hole in the fence. You know, the woven fence, not a hole where it meets the wall, or, you know, not just the fence. If they can get through that small of a hole, I don't know how I would ever block every little gap that they could squeeze through. I could cover it with smaller chicken wire, but I don't know that it even would stop them. A weasel, same way. I mean, they can just squeeze through such a tiny little hole that I don't know how I'm going to stop it. So anyway, I put the leg hold trap back out again. Same thing I caught the other mink in, and baited it with cat food. And first night, I got the bait, didn't set the trap off. Rebaited it and kind of reconfigured it a little bit so it was a little harder to get to the bait without going right over the trap. Second night, trap was flipped over, bait was gone, didn't have it. So last night was the third night. So now it's all out war. So actually, last night was the fourth night. On the third night, I took a piece of 8-inch PVC pipe, and I put the trap right in front of the pipe, and I put the bait up inside the pipe, thinking that way he's got to go over that trap. So third night, the bait was going out of the pipe and the trap wasn't touched. So now it's all out of war. So anyway, so last night would have been night 4, I guess. And yesterday evening, I borrowed from a neighbor a trail cam and a live trap. And the reason I went with the live trap is that if I got him to go into that pipe, I can get him to go into the live trap, or into the live trap. And there's less chance that he's going to get out. I mean, if he triggers it, he's not going to get out of it. So, and I don't know how he could trigger it without, I don't know how he could get the bait without triggering the live trap. So, not because I want to catch him alive, he's got to go. But I just thought the leg hold isn't getting him, and he's kind of, apparently he's trap wise, I know he's kind of onto that, so thought, well, maybe the live trap, I can get him to go in it. And I wanted to see just what was going on. So he's got the neighbor's got a trail cam too, and we're good friends. So I said, well, you know what? The trail cam will tell me the story. So I set the live trap, another can of canned cat food, and the trail cam. And I'll share that. Alright, so I still had the leg hold trap set along with the live trap, thinking nothing could get through that chain link other than a mink, and that mink's got to go anyway. So it gave me twice as many chances of catching him. Now here's the mystery. The bait was gone from inside the live trap. The live trap was triggered. The door was closed. Nothing was in it. The possum you saw got caught in the leg hold trap. So now, I don't know, did the mink never come back? Was it just the possum that kept getting the bait and got lucky and just didn't get in the trap? That's mystery number one. Mystery number two, how in the heck did he get in there? I can see a mink getting through the chain link. And in the trail cam, you can see that the possum sort of dropped down, I think, from the top onto almost landed on the webcam. And I can't see any place where he got in. And then the third mystery is how did anything go in that live trap, get the bait, trigger the trap, and not be in there? So we're going to do it again tonight. Now I'm not going to do the leg hold trap anymore. I'm going to do just the live trap. That way if I catch anything other than that mink, it can be relocated. Oh, and in the trail cam, sneaking around the outside that didn't get in, and I don't think can get in. You can see the eyes and the ears to the right of the picture, and I'll show you that. But I'm 90% sure it was. You can't hardly see it through the weeds. I can see the eyes glowing, and I can see pointy ears. I'm pretty sure it was a raccoon. It could have been a fox. So something else other than a possum was around the outside of that fence last night, but it didn't get in, which is a great thing. I still don't understand how that possum got in there, but tonight we'll see if we can get us a mink. So there'll be another video if I do, of course. Here, just what the coop all looks like. As you can see, it's all chain link doors clear up. This goes inside the coop, and they roost up there, and there's nest boxes over there, and this door is normally always open, and that goes out into the run. Pardon the mud, it's rained for like 4 straight days. Looks like it'll finally dry out now tonight. But anyway, you can see there's chain link all the way around the bottom. And I don't know if you can see it or not. Up here, this is all covered in chicken wire, solid. This bush is growing up through it, helps hold it up, so that works out, and they roost in it. You see Romeo here roosting, kind of keeping an eye on the girls. And then over here, there's a separate little run, and it goes into the right hand half of the front. It's all separate if I don't open this door right here. And I keep, if I have a hen with little ones, you know, I put them over in there or whatever. Right now it's empty. But it's completely covered in chain link, including on top. And that's where the mink had come in before. Well, actually, you know, what I did was put the leg hold trap inside that run, baited last time, and that's where I caught the mink, was inside that run. And that way I could leave the trap set, and the chickens can't get to it. I don't have to set it every day. I can just leave it set because they can't get over into that part. But the mink got through the chain link and got in there, and I caught him. And that worked out last time. So that's what I tried this time. There you can see the live trap right there. But anyway, so this is the run, and you know, it's not bulletproof, but boy, it's a, you know, good heavy chain link. And the chain link goes out onto the ground about 2.5 to 3 feet, so they can't dig under it. You know, there's gaps you can see under here, but the chain link goes out onto the ground beyond that, so nothing gets under it, and nothing can get in or out. You know, this should be a really good run. There's some of the little ducklings. I only have 4 left. Neighbor took 3, and then the mink got 2 of them. So there's the 4 that are left of those. And one of these Saxony hens is what the mink got this time. And speaking of predators, there's the barn cat, and she never gets in. And she's tested it out, obviously. So she can't get in. It's, you know, pretty foolproof for most things, but as you'll see in the video, the trail cam, it's not 1,000%. So anyway, I'll be back. But I don't get it. It's kind of a mystery, and it's just life here on the homestead, you know. But again, I'm just trying to protect those ducks and chickens. I don't mean to you know, PETA people are probably going crazy with that pictures of that possum, but you know, they can kill peeps and they eat eggs, so they shouldn't be in there either. And I'm just trying to protect what's on the homestead. So animal rights people, I'm sorry. But think of the chickens and ducks and livestock rates as well. They need to be protected. You know, and when it comes to that mink, I'm more understanding of an animal that's trying to maybe even feed little ones. Fox and coyotes tend to kill to eat. Mink kill to kill. And it's got to go. So, watch for another video with a mink in a live trap. You have a good day.